Good afternoon all. In previous lecture, we had learned with the introduction as well as what is cell cycle and what is cell division. Fine. So both the words are different. Cell cycle means cyclic changes or cyclic events occur in the cell to facilitate the division in the cell. Fine. And cell division means the cell is divided into two parts. And yesterday I had given you that information of the mitosis as well as meiosis both. Okay. Now let us discuss with the interphase stage. You know that interphase, here three phases are there. G1 phase, that is gap 1 phase. S phase, that is synthetic phase. And third is G2 phase. That is gap 2. Fine. So let us discuss in detail about this each and every phase. So first is G1 phase. See, G1 phase corresponds between the interval between the mitosis. G1 phase here it includes. Yesterday I told you that G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, M. G1, S, G2 and M like that. So where G1 comes? G1 is present in recurring interphase stage before S phase, but after previous M phase. So here it is written that G1 phase correspond to interval between mitosis, so that is M phase, and initiation of DNA replication, that is S phase. During G1 phase, cell is metabolically active, fine, and continuously grow, but does not replicate its DNA. cell is metabolically active, but the DNA is not replicated. But all the components required for the S phase are found here. Yes, for the formation of the DNA new strand, find all the required components are found here. Now, second phase is known as S phase or synthetic phase. Dear all students, please understand this phase perfectly. S or synthetic phase marks the period during which DNA synthesis or replication occurs. Here, remember that this is the most important MCQ. S or synthetic phase marks the period during which DNA synthesis or replication takes place. During this time, the amount of the DNA per cell doubles. If initial amount of the DNA is denoted as 2C, then it increased 4C. 2 chain become 4 chain or chromatine, whatever. But there is no increase in the chromosome number. If the cell had diploid or 2n number of chromosome in G1 phase, so even after S phase the number of chromosome remains the same, that is 2n. So in G1 phase, if n haploid chromosomes are there, so after S phase haploid chromosomes are there. Yes, DNA become double, but no change in the number of the chromosome. Okay, so sometime I can tell you that if in the cell at the G1 stage 23 chromosomes are there. 23 chromosomes are there. So how many chromosomes are there after S phase? So you can't have the answer 46. The DNA present in the chromosome it become double, but there is no change in the number of the chromosome. Fine. So this is the very important. So in G1 phase, in diploid situation is there. So even after S phase, 2n situation is there. In animal cell, during S phase, DNA replication begins in the nucleus and the centriole duplicates in the cytoplasm. So here in the S phase, not only replication of the DNA, but along with that, centriole become double. Now the last phase, G2 phase. So all the components required for the S phase are found here in the G2 phase. So in animal cell, during the S phase, centriole become double, and you know that in the 8th chapter you have learned with this that from centriole bipolar spindle fibers are formed, and as a result these bipolar spindle fibers are connected to the kinetochore. You know that the C-shaped disc-like structure over the centromere on the chromosome, it is known as kinetochore, and bipolar spindle fiber is attached to that. So proteins are synthesized here before the cell division. So bipolar spindle fibers are formed. So in side lines, one box is given there. How do plants and animals continue to grow all their leaves? By meiosis. Do all cells in the plant divide all the time? No. It is in hormonal control method. Do you think all cells continue to divide in all plants and animals? No. Can you tell the name and the location of the tissue having the cells that divide all their life in the higher plant? Yes, it is known as meristematic tissue. Continuously dividing cell group. Meristematic tissue. And do animals have similar meristematic tissue? No. That's why plants have meristematic tissue. That's why in plants continuous growth is there. Whereas in animals limited growth is there. So this is about the interphase. Now, the very, very important for MCQ, some cells in the adult animal do not appear to exhibit division. For example, heart cells, nerve cells, and many other cells divide only occasionally as needed to replace that have been lost because of injury or cell death. These cells that do not divide further exit G1 phase to enter an inactive stage called as quiescent stage, known as G0 stage. So in human body, heart cell and nerve cell, we say that neuron, it remains in the G0 stage for a long time, permanently. So heart cell as well as nerve cell remain in the G0 stage. Majority permanently it is there in the G0 stage, but if minor injury is there, minute injury is there, so these cells now exit from the G0 stage and enter in the G1 stage and then carry on that life cycle. If it is required then and then, okay. But nerve cell, once it is developed and it grows, fine. Next onwards, there is no possibility of the growth or regeneration in the nerve cell. So neurons remain in that G0 stage for their lifetime. In animals, mitotic cell division is only seen in the diploid somatic cells. Against this, the plants can show mitotic division in both haploid and diploid cell. Please remember that in animal cell, in the somatic cell means body forming cells. So in animal cell, it is majority diploid. But in plant cell, mitosis as well as meiosis occur, that is of diploid as well as haploid one also. From your recollection of the example, alternation of generation in the plants, chapter number 3, identify the plant species and the stages at which mitosis is seen in haploid cells. We had learned with this that haploid life cycle, then mitosis occurred in the zygote formation, after that the meiosis occurred, like that. Now, in brief, I can explain you the metaphase, prophase, metaphase, that is all the stages of the M phase. Let us discuss in detail about the M phase. See, M phase. It is also known as a equational division. One cell divides into two cells, and these two cells obtain the same number of the chromosomes as their parental cells. Yesterday I told to you that if the parental cell is haploid, so after interphase stage it become diploid, and then it is divided into haploid cells again. So the two daughter cells obtain the same number of the chromosome here and here. That's why it is known as equational division. Actually, mitosis is continued one. Okay, mitosis is continued process, but for understanding purpose, for easily understanding purpose, we have divided into 4 phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So let us discuss with the diagrams how the cell division occurs. Mitosis, fine. See, this is the parental cell. Here, this is known as plasma membrane. I am talking about animal cell. Okay, here you think about that this is animal cell. Fine. Now these are the chromosomes. Okay, think about that. One red and one blue chromosome. Fine, one red and one blue chromosome. We start from here. This is known as centriole. And this is known as nucleolus. And this ground is known as nuclear membrane. Okay, so again here this is the one animal cell, parental cell. Fine. So here this is the nuclear membrane. This is nucleolus. Red and blue chromosomes are there. Fine. This is cytoplasm, the white portion outside of the nuclear membrane. This is cytoplasm, and here centriole. Centriole. Fine. So you know that centriole, it is present only and only in the animal cell, but it is not present in the plant cell. Fine. So this is centriole and outermost plasma membrane. Now, this cell is now entered in the interphase stage. Okay, so here what happened, you think about that. So here after interphase stage what happened? DNA is replicated. So here dear all students, please understand in this way that here I had written that as a chromosome, right? So you consider it is as a DNA. Yes. So DNA become double. Previously I told to you that the DNA become double but no change in the number of the chromosome. So DNA is replicated. So it become double. First point. Fine. Second, cytoplasm also become double. And what you see here, centriole become double. So here at the end of the interphase stage, this will happen. Now, after interphase stage, just I am drawing the diagram here. Now here what happened that see, this is actually prophase, first phase. So, what is the difference between after interphase and prophase? You understand it properly. Here, centriole is there, and outer membrane, that is plasma membrane. So few points are very important here. Which points? First, nuclear membrane and nucleolus. Disappear. See, green dot and this layer surrounded to the DNA. So the surrounding layer of the DNA as well as green colored dot, nucleolus, this is disappeared. Fine. Chromosomes are free in cytoplasm. So chromosome here you understand that DNA, okay? DNA molecules are free in cytoplasm. Now what you see? Duplicated centrioles move towards the polar region. So one is towards North Pole and another is towards South Pole. Fine. Prophase is very important here. Fine. Nuclear membrane disappear. Please mark up this, no problem at all. Prophase, wherever prophase is there, it is very common. Fine, for all the prophase. So here, nuclear membrane disappears. Nucleolus disappears. DNA is now free in the cytoplasm. Fine. Duplicated centriole. Actually, duplicated centriole both are nearer to each other, but now it moved towards the opposite poles. Fine. So one is there in the north pole and one is there on the south pole, and spindle fibers are formed from it. So here spindle fiber formation starts. Okay. Another important point here, chromosomes are started to condense, but not easily seen under microscope. Chromosomes are here start to condense, but we are unable to observe that chromosome, okay, under the microscope. Actually, chromosome is here in the chromatin fiber manner. So when you observe the cell fibers, the network, very complex network of the fiber is seen there. So we can't able to see the chromosome here in the prophase. So this many changes occur in the prophase. So again, nuclear membrane disappears, nucleolus disappears, DNA are free in the cytoplasm, centriole move towards the opposite pole, and spindle fiber formation starts. Now from this prophase, I can move on the next phase, that is metaphase stage. So understand what happened in the metaphase. C. Second phase is metaphase. All the chromosomes are arranged in the center of the cell in a proper way. You know that in the center of the chromosome, centromere is there. And just over the centromere, one disc-like structure is known as kinetochore. So, after prophase, what happened? The spindle fibers are elongated. So, here very small spindle fibers are formed. Now, again, much more length is there in these bipolar spindle fibers. So, spindle fibers are elongated in such a way that the tip of the spindle fiber is now connected to the kinetochore on both the sides of the centromere. So here see, this is the centriole, this is the bipolar spindle fiber, and now here the black dots I drawn there, it is known as kinetochore. As a result, all the chromosomes are arranged in the perfectly center part of the cell. And now this is known as metaphase plate. Chromosomes here, the chromosomes are in much more condensed manner. So we observe the chromosomes in this stage only under the microscope. So here I can stop at the metaphase stage. Anaphase and telophase I will tell you in the next lecture.